Hey guys, when you are new to a country, some of the things that that most migrants experience, especially when they're onboarding, which is my personal experience some few years ago, is that especially that cultural shock that have to do with calling people by their first name, especially like a Nigerian kid who is going to a first world country. You live in the UK, you live in the US, you live in you live in Australia, in Canada, and some other countries. One of the things I'm telling you that you're going to see is that because over there, back in Africa, back in Nigeria, for instance, you call people with Miss, Mr., and then you can even, because culturally, you can put something like my boss and all of that. Getting to the office and calling people by their first name. I know these are things that is now spreading everywhere back home, but back in the day, it wasn't like that. When I came to Australia, it was one of the things that me and some of my mates that we really experienced, being able coming to a place where you're coming to work and you look at your boss and you're like, hey, hey John, hey Mr. Smith, hey, and all of that. It was really difficult. And I didn't really understand that until it took a lot of time for me to learn it. But some people, even to this day, they still have to deal with this person is quite older than me, because in my culture where I come from in Nigeria, when somebody's really older than you, it doesn't matter whether they are your father, biological father or not, you have to show some respect. And one of the respect that you show to them is by actually referring to them as with a better name that communicates honor, right? But in Australia it's different. People even call some people, you get to work, you call your boss, whoever it is, even the owner of the company, no matter how big they are, you call them by their first name. You understand? So it's a cultural shock for some people, while some people it's normal. Another cultural shock that you'll experience, especially when you're coming from some certain part of Africa, is driving. The driving is crazy. Honestly speaking, if you're quite new and to maybe US, UK, Nigeria, and all of that, I advise you, especially if you're coming from Nigeria, you're coming from Kenya, East Africa, West Africa, I advise you to take your time to learn the driving thing. The kind of fees people incur with that, you're driving before you even get some people, before they even get their driver's license, with their international license, they already have incurred like almost 10 or 9 demerit points. It's really that crazy, right? That is to say that before you converted your license, already I have some of our friends who have had that experience. Before they converted their license, they actually have almost 5 demerit points, and they will transfer that to your license. You can't escape it, right? These are some of the things. So take your time to learn it if you're new in the country, or if it's something that you're looking forward to travel, so you can be able to understand it. The third one, the cultural shock that I've experienced, is the one that have to do with food. When you travel to a country that you've not been to before, you've been eating a particular kind of food all your life, and then you are in a new country and something, it's gonna take some time for you to be able to find certain things that, it's for instance, it was when I started living in Australia that I get to know what some things like burrito, lasagna, sausage, mesh, and gravy kind of food, cauliflowers, broccoli, all those kind of things, veggies and all of that, and a mixed different kind of food. Lots of them, that I have never heard before, right? Some of them I know from back home, but some of them we don't know some of them here. And it takes a lot of time for you to start, for your tongue to start clinically or medically, let me say, aligning to those kind of test buds. And of course, today, one of my favorite is mesh gravy with sausages. I love it so much. I like to take it. I also like lasagna right now, but it's something that if you're quite new, it's going to take you some time. It's really going to take you some time. Don't be in a hurry. All right. Sometimes I remember I go out to my guys. I'll end here. I'll go out with my guys to have some, and my colleagues to have some breakfast. Sometimes we go to some of these pop shop, and then we sit down and they make an order, and I'm going to be hearing something like, just give me some toast, some running eggs, and then a splash of avocados. I'm like, splash of what? But anyway, all those things are gone now. It's been years. I get to take time to ask questions. One of the things I normally tell people is that always ask questions. Don't just assume, and there's no harm in asking. Most Australians are really nice. For me, personal experience, I don't know for those in the UK, they are really nice, and they can tell you this is how to use this is how to do this is how to do that. All right, so that I don't make this video too long, just tell me your cultural shock and in the comment section. Just let me know, and let's just help people out there who might just be new in the country. Let them feel encouraged and all of that. All right, I hope you're having a good time. Chat.